Hi everyone, in this video we will be talking about the lab diagnosis of UTI and all the urinary tract infections. Remember, the lab diagnosis is going to be very similar, but then if it comes to a specific organism, lab diagnosis is going to vary. For the time being, remember two things. If it comes to the short note, then you are going to write the generalized urinary tract infection lab diagnosis, but then if it is a long answer question, you are supposed to write the species specific. Okay, so we will be discussing the lab diagnosis. This is our third question, rather the part of video third which is going on, and video third part C we are going to discuss, that is the lab diagnosis of urinary tract infection. That we will discuss in two parts, that is video 3 part C, first video and then the second video, right? So here you can see the very first thing in the lab diagnosis is specimen collection. Urinary specimens can be collected in 4, 5, 6 ways rather. One is the random specimen. Random specimen is the one which can be taken anytime in the day, right? And this is the most common one. It is for the routine screening of urine for pH, for specific gravity and etc. अब पूरे दिन या तो 24 घंटे हो सकते हैं, पूरे दिन में आप कभी भी सैंपल ले सकते हो, नहीं तो आपके पंडित जी ने कह दिया कि नहीं जी आपको सुबह ही लेना है. एनीवेज, morning specimen is the first specimen, the specimen which you are collecting is the first time the urine is passed in the morning, because this is most concentrated, then this is taken for the pregnancy test and for the microscopic tests. ठीक है. अब मॉर्निंग सैंपल में भी सैंपल लेते हैं clean catch and midstream. Now what does this mean, clean catch and midstream? This means that the first few ml of the urine is discarded and the rest of the urine is taken, and this is actually for the bacterial culture, so that all those bacterias जो कि natural flora fauna है वो निकल जाए. फाइन, clean catch midstream urine. ठीक है जी. अब पहला जो मैंने आपको बताया था वो था 24 घंटे में कभी भी रैंडम स्पेसिमेन, लेकिन अब एक ऐसी ज़रूरत आन पड़ी है कि 24 घंटे ही आपको यूरिन जितना भी आप डिस्कार्ड करेंगे वो सब आपको लेना पड़ेगा. दिस इज कॉल्ड 24-hour यूरिन सैम्पल. ऑल द यूरिन पास ड्यूरिंग द डे एंड द नाइट until the next day, rather the first until next day का मॉर्निंग सैम्पल तक यू आर कलेक्टिंग. वाई? बिकॉज ऑफ क्वांटिटेटिव, क्वालिटेटिव एंड बायोकेमिकल टेस्टिंग. अब ये सब होने के बाद में आपको भूख लगी है, आफ्टर फूड यू आर टेकिंग द सैंपल पोस्ट प्रैंडियल 2 hours आफ्टर फॉर द असेसमेंट ऑफ ग्लूकोज यूरिन सैंपल. And one more thing which you should know, that is the suprapubic samples. Which samples? Suprapubic samples. Now suprapubic samples are required, rather in order to take the sterile urine, you are directly from the bladder, you are doing a needle aspiration to take out the specimen. Okay, तो अगर आपको specimen collection याद रखना है तो आपको ऐसे याद रखना चाहिए. First is the random specimen, which can be taken anytime for just the normal testing, pH, specific gravity. Morning specimen में clean catch midstream urine. Then 24-hour continuously sample लेते रहना है. Then postprandial for glucose, and then we have discussed suprapubic. After specimen collection, remember, either it should be transported in 1 to 2 hours. If not, it can be refrigerated. Even if not, you can add preservatives like boric acid. After the specimen has been transported to the laboratory, as a good clinician, you should check the macroscopic examination. If the color is dark red, it can be hematuria. Cola colored urine is seen in post-streptococcal glomerulonephritis, right? So dark red color is seen in hematuria, and cola colored urine in post-streptococcal glomerulonephritis. Then you administer that urine sample into the microscopic examination in order to see the pus cells, the bacteria, yeast, and even the wet mount or the dry mount, or rather I should say that in the microscopic examination the pus cells, bacteria, yes, yeast will be seen, right? After that you should do the staining. Now which staining you can do? Gram staining, Zn staining, right? So these are the staining methods which you can perform. Okay, after staining comes to the culture media. So in order to have a clear cut idea, because you as a clinician, as a practitioner of microbiology lab, you know what are the important, what are the most common pathogens seen. So you do what? You take a CLED media. CLED media is cysteine lactose electrolyte deficient media. जब सब कुछ डेफिशिएंट ही था तो डेफिशिएंट मीडिया ही नाम रखते थे, पर नाम है cysteine lactose electrolyte deficient media. Now this cysteine lactose electrolyte deficient media can grow gram positive cocci, gram negative bacilli. Gram negative bacilli के साथ साथ में it can grow the candida also. So how are you going to see different colonies? So in CLED media, as you can see, E. coli, Klebsiella, Proteus, Pseudomonas, Enterococcus, Staph aureus and coagulase negative Staph aureus, ये सब आप नॉर्मली देखते हैं. Coagulase negative Staph, yes, coagulase negative Staph, not Staph aureus. So E. coli, Klebsiella, Proteus, इनको इकट्ठा याद कीजिए. Then you remember Pseudomonas aeruginosa. Then you remember Enterococcus, Staph aureus and cons, coagulase negative Streptococcus, coagulase negative Staphylococcus. Now in E. coli you can see O word, है ना, ये E. coli का O word उठाना है. Remember opaque yellow. Which type of yellow? Opaque yellow. Opaque yellow, ऐसा yellow, ऐसे वाला, ठीक है. Opaque yellow color colonies can be there in the E. coli. After that remember Klebsiella. Klebsiella is mucoid yellow, ऐसा mucus के साथ. Klebsiella is mucoid yellow. Okay. Then comes Proteus. Proteus has a color of translucent blue, like this. Translucent blue is the Proteus. Then comes Pseudomonas aeruginosa. Pseudomonas aeruginosa, air refers to nature, और nature में सबसे ज़्यादा क्या दिखता है आपको? Plants are of green color. Okay, so like this, Pseudomonas aeruginosa has got green colored colonies. Okay. Enterococcus is a very small, very small organism. Small yellow color colonies, only yellow color colonies. Actually the only yellow color colonies, if you talk about, belongs to Staph aureus. Aureus means gold, right? So yellow colored colonies. And again a pale yellow color, not opaque, it is pale yellow, like this. Okay, so pale yellow colored colonies belongs to coagulase negative Staph. तो अब याद कैसे करना है वो सुनो. अब येलो की अलग अलग शेड्स हैं. या तो वो पूरा येलो होगा, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कंप्लीट येलो इज स्टैफ ओरियस, या फिर वो येलो में ओपेक येलो होगा, दैट बिलोंग्स टू एंटेरोकोकस, या फिर वो येलो के अंदर पेल येलो होगा. पेला किसको पेला जा रहा है? पेला जा रहा है कोएगुलेज नेगेटिव स्टैफ को. या फिर वो स्मॉल येलो होगा, स्मॉल येलो बिलोंग्स टू एंटेरोकोकस, या फिर वो म्यूकॉइड येलो होगा, दैट बिलोंग्स टू क्लेब्शियला. और जो शीला मैडम है, शीला के पास म्यूकॉइड येलो कलर की साड़ी है. ब्लू फॉर प्रोटियस एंड Pseudomonas aeruginosa, air, if you remember, green color. Fine. So येलो के डिफरेंट शेड्स हैं. जस्ट रिमेंबर, येलो प्रॉपर येलो होगा तो क्या होगा? पेल येलो होगा तो क्या होगा? ओपेक येलो होगा तो क्या होगा? स्मॉल येलो होगा तो क्या होगा? म्यूकॉइड येलो होगा तो क्या होगा? Fine. I'm repeating once again. Proper yellow, pale, opaque, mucoid, small. Okay, pale, opaque, mucoid and small. Okay, pale, opaque, mucoid, small. Pale, opaque, mucoid and then small. ठीक है, पोएम्स के नाम से इफ यू कैन रिमेंबर. ओके, सो क्लेड मीडिया में कौन सी कॉलोनी कैसे दिखेगी. नेक्स्ट इज योर क्वांटिटेटिव एनालिसिस. There is a criteria which is being followed worldwide, that is called CAS criteria. Now what is this CAS criteria all about? It says that in the asymptomatic patient, if you can see 10 raised to the power 5 bacteria per ml of urine, this is significant. Symptomatic में तो 100 से 10,000 बैक्टीरिया भी चलेंगे per ml of urine, but in suprapubic aspiration 10 to 100 bacteria you are seeing, these are significant. Okay, in the end you can perform serology. Now this serology is responsible for antigen or antibody detection in the urine, which you can do for Legionella and cytomegalovirus. Now Legionella, it does not causes UTI but detected best via urinary antigen detection. Okay, in the end we have a beautiful table which can give you an idea of most common, like I told you, E. coli, which is showing opaque yellow colonies, the Klebsiella, which is showing mucoid colonies, mucoid yellow colonies, and Proteus I have already mentioned that responsible for causing the blue colored colonies. Okay, Enterococcus and Staph aureus and Staph saprophyticus. So these are the organisms which you are going to see. Before I go anywhere else, just remember generally that ये आपके MCQs में भी आपसे पूछा जाता है that lactose fermenter, non-lactose fermenter, if motile they are asking, it is E. coli, non-motile is Klebsiella, lactose fermenter. Non-lactose fermenter में Shigella and Proteus इकट्ठे कर दीजिए. Non-lactose fermenter motile and non-lactose fermenter non-motile, it is Salmonella. This is the classification of Enterobacteriaceae family. ठीक है जी. एंड दूसरी चीज़ जो मेरे को आपको याद करानी है वो ये है दैट योर ऑर्गेनिजम्स ई. coli, Klebsiella, Proteus with indole, citrate, then urease and triple sugar iron test with gas and H2S. If you are watching all this, how you are going to study, how you are going to remember. Remember one very important thing. E. coli, Klebsiella, Proteus, पहले तो आप ये सीक्वेंस याद रखिए और ये सीक्वेंस भी याद रखिए, दैट इज ICUT. ठीक है, तो रिमेंबर पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव, rather just a second, yeah, in the first just you remember positive negative then negative positive. After that the E. coli and Klebsiella are going to show some sort of yari. Rather, just remember the first three set. I'm sorry. Positive, negative, negative, positive, then negative and positive. These are the sets which you are supposed to remember. Okay? Positive, negative, then negative, positive, negative, positive. Okay? And after that, they are going to show some sort of yari. That means the triple sugar will be A by A. Gas will be present, H2S will be absent. Okay? Proteus बहुत confused है, प्लस माइनस, ओनली H2S इज या ये ठीक है, और यहाँ पर A by A की जगह K by A. So let us just revise. You can close your eyes and just revise along with me. ICUT gas H2S and triple sugar iron जो T था, and then E. coli, Klebsiella and Proteus, positive negative negative positive negative positive, A by A, right? Then your gas present and H2S absent. In the end you have Proteus, always confused, सिर्फ H2S में positive and then K by A. This is it. Okay, so that is the thing which has been given in your table. If you see, आई हैव मेड दिस टेबल वेरी ईजी फॉर यू. इकोलाई के अंदर में क्लेडमीडिया, यू नो क्लेडमीडिया पे सारी कॉलोनीज कैसे दिखने वाली हैं, आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू. मैकॉन्की अगार और एमएसी जो लैक्टोज फर्मेंटर हैं वो पिंक कलर की कॉलोनीज दिखाते हैं. इकोलाई एंड क्लेब्शिला वर लैक्टोज फर्मेंटर. E. coli was motile, this was non-motile. Because they are belonging to Enterobacteriaceae, they are bound to be gram negative, ठीक है. And then Proteus is motile, I have already discussed with you. And which type of motility? Swarming type of motility is seen on blood agar. ठीक है जी. Yeah, these are non-fermenting, I have already discussed with you. Now biochemical reactions I have told you just now, right? Then you have Enterococcus. Enterococcus is gram-positive coca in pair with spectacle shape. Which shape? Spectacle. Staph aureus is also gram-positive coca in cluster non-motile, and Staph saprophyticus is also gram-positive coca in cluster non-motile. Okay. You know that on blood agar, Staph aureus shows golden yellow hemolytic colonies, and Staph saprophyticus is showing white non-hemolytic colonies. Okay. Enterococcus is also showing non-hemolytic colonies. So Enterococcus, Staph saprophyticus, non-hemolytic colonies, and Staph aureus is showing hemolytic colonies. One more thing, Staph on the basis of coagulase can be divided into two: Staph aureus and CONS, that is coagulase negative Staph. Now coagulase negative Staph on the basis of novobiocin sensitivity can be susceptible or resistant. If it is susceptible, then it is Staph epidermidis, otherwise it is Staph saprophyticus. So in Staph saprophyticus you can see that it is catalase positive but then coagulase negative. All Staph are catalase positive, right? See again, Staph aureus is also catalase positive, coagulase positive, right? So this was about the lab diagnosis in general we have discussed. Thank you so much.